we recently spoke to Karthik and he mentioned that he wants Rubaba to also become part of Singham Again, Singham universe. What do you have to say about that?
It's quite funny. That's a wacko thought to think about. There are many already.
People are
look at the
yeah, I know. Yeah, but a lot
if
of
I take everyone who will shoot the other film, in 3 months everything will stop in the industry.
Right.
Even when the film was releasing, we were scared till Friday evening. And then by Friday evening, we were like, no. And after Arjun, that was the part which people loved the most.
Absolutely.
So I was happy.
Yeah.
And relieved as well. It was just like we made 4 back-to-back comedies.
Yeah.
All worked. And then I wanted to take a break before starting Bol Bachchan and Chennai Express. We started thinking of character and then we were like, why not Arjun? And obviously everybody was like, hey, we have to, because it's like an image change for him.
Yeah.
He's never played a negative
Absolutely.
evil force ever.
But do you ever feel that I should make all my films with Ajay? Has that ever happened?
Sometimes you do feel like that, you know. And whenever I'm making any other film, I see to it that he comes in the end. Because there was a parallel story of Ramayan going on.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with Ramayan, you're dealing with everybody's emotion. That includes my emotion as well.
Hi, this is Farzeen and welcome to India Today. And I have with me the blockbuster director Rohit Shetty. How are you feeling, Rohit?
I'm happy. I'm very happy here.
Yeah, but tell me, like, I always imagine, like, how are you when the film is releasing on a Friday or maybe a night before? Like, what's going on in your mind?
I'm nervous.
Oh,
Yes.
Rohit Shetty also gets nervous.
No, every film. For the last 16 films, I would say, one night before, I'm nervous because you work on, people say that, Acha, you know the pulse of the audience and all that, but it's not like that. You work towards it with a judgment, with an honesty. My particular audience will love this film or that film, but that's a judgment.
Yeah.
So every Thursday, since my first film, I would say, I've always been worried and awake. Not only worried and awake the whole night, but I'm on my toes till 2:33 in the afternoon, till the time you don't start getting the reviews and the reports from the theatre owners, from the exhibitors, that how audiences are reacting.
Absolutely. But do you also read reviews?
More than reviews, it's like because we have a distribution team, how people are reacting on ground you come to know. Because with reviews what happens is that's an individual's perspective. And especially now after social media, it's like there are many of them. So that is like an individual perspective of somebody, and it's fair enough, whatever they feel like they have the right to. But from the theatre, what reactions are coming, you get it from the people who are in the theatre, who owns the theatre or run the theatre. They give you the right report.
Yeah. And I was there on first day and people were just going crazy and they were all shouting like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. And then when you read reviews, Rohit, I feel that maybe critics watch it differently through a very intellectual prospect. As a filmmaker, like, does that also become important? Like critics' reviews?
See, for me, because it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years now that I've been making films. And rarely there have been a time that they have given good reviews for my film, and it's fair enough because it's mass, it's commercial, and then after a point in life you come on terms. Okay, you might not get good reviews 80% of the time, but at the same time, what becomes important is that people should love your film. If you get good review, I won't deny the fact that if you get good reviews, you won't be happy. I will be a hypocrite if I say, no, it doesn't bother me. If that, but now it's like an add-on. Arey, public ko pasand aa rahi when the reviews are good. So because it's been a long journey now. When we talk about Golmaal 3, it's been 14 years.
Absolutely.
When we talk about All the Best, it's been 15 years. If you talk about Singham, it's more than 13 years. So this whole journey, and I'm living the journey daily. People might come when the film is releasing and go back, but I live the journey every day. So I know, okay, it does affect me, or why they are not giving good reviews, but at the same time, it is not important for me now. That review doesn't matter. But matter in the sense, it's not that if they don't give a good review.
That is not just the focus.
And maybe my films have been hardcore commercial
Yeah.
films, so maybe it's their perspective, and they're absolutely right about
Absolutely.
it. And if they could, because see, saying that it doesn't matter, or in a way, okay, no, I don't bother,
Yeah.
won't be right, because you publicize it then later on. You
Absolutely.
put pages, okay,
True.
so many, this person has given me
Stars,
3 star,
yeah.
4 star, then I should not do that. Everybody likes it, I'll be more than happy.
Absolutely. And this has become the biggest franchise product of Singham, of course. 145 crore in just one weekend. Rohit, do box office numbers still matter, like after so many years, or you're just happy kind of entertaining your audiences?
It depends what the budget of the film. But after a point in life, money always becomes secondary.
Yeah.
What is more important is people loving the film. And that happens with time. Earlier, I might be not thinking like this.
Yeah.
But with time, it changes. For me, because I'm someone who makes film on a regular basis. When I say regular, every year. So, for me, now, box office does matter a lot. But at the same time, if audience is not liking it at all, if it's outright rejected, like a 20-80 ratio, 90-10 ratio is absolutely fine.
Right.
But everybody not liking it and still doing business, I will not be that happy.
True. And tell me, where did this love for cops come? Like, and when you were making Singham, did you ever think that this could actually become a universe?
No, it was just like we made 4 back-to-back comedies.
Yeah.
All worked, and then I wanted to take a break before starting Bol Bachchan and Chennai Express. And accidentally this film came, which was a remake basically.
Yes.
I saw the film and I thought, if we tweak little bit here and there, and for our audience, adapt it in for the Hindi audience, it can do wonders. The adaptation was good. That time we never thought in 2011 that it will become such a big cult film. It was just one. We thought that to be very honest, we never thought that film will do a business, the kind of business it did. We made a film in a budget, keeping in mind it might do a particular kind of a business, because those days very few people were making mass entertainers.
Yeah, but cops love you for making them such great heroes. Also, I feel the way you look at Ajay, the way you portray him, I don't think any filmmaker can do that. I was amazed just looking at him on the big screen again in that uniform. Tell me about your bond, and when you look at him, the kind of the Singham that you find in him. Tell me more about this.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Now. It's been more than 33 years. This journey has been, and it's been so many films now. I think 12, if I count the guest appearance also, it might be 13 films with him. So it's a different bond altogether. More than bond is there for sure, but there's a comfort zone, and with the comfort zone there is something which is very important, is faith.
Yeah.
Like, he will never question me how you're going to present me, or he will not question me that, okay, how many actors are there in the film and what they are doing. He always surrenders as an actor, and the biggest plus point of Ajay is, as an actor, that he works for the film. He is not worried about the length of his character or somebody else dominating him in a scene.
Yeah.
He's never bothered about that.
Right. But do you ever feel that I should make all my films with Ajay? Has that ever happened?
Sometimes you do feel like that, and whenever I'm making any other film, I see to it that he comes in the end.
And Arjun recently, rightly actually, he spoke about how finding a good director is so important for an actor. He found you, and I mean, the kind of reviews that he is getting is amazing. But tell me, Rohit, what did you see in him? Because he was completely written off. But what did you see in him that you cast him for Zubair?
First because there was a connection with Suryavanshi, if I start from the base.
Yeah.
So you couldn't cast an actor who's above 40, or 50 years old or something like that, because he is coming from Suryavanshi, and that time, if he was 15, 16 or 14 years old, then he has to be in the age bracket what Arjun is in. And then came a time that if you need that age bracket, then whom? And then me and Arjun used to have conversations of working together, and he knew that I'm making something like this, and he knew that there is a negative force. He even had given me a hint that who is playing that character. And out of, means we started thinking of character, and then we were like, why not Arjun? And obviously everybody was like, hey, we have to, because it's like an image change for him.
Yeah.
He's never played a negative
Absolutely.
evil force ever. And yes, as you said, that he was going through a phase in his life, and it's just that I had faith in him, he had faith in me, and he gave his 100% to the
Yeah.
character and to the film, to the look he had. And rest is, as they say,
Yeah.
like, people now appreciating him the most, and I am the happiest. Yeah.
But he also mentioned how he hounded you for work. Then Sara has spoken about it. Siddharth spoke about it. Rohit, how do you look at this equation? A lot of actors actually feel uncomfortable reaching out to filmmakers. But when they reach out to you, like, what's your take on that? How do you look at it?
No, I feel blessed. I feel lucky enough that, and it's like a tick mark thing to do a Rohit Shetty film, like, so एक commercial film करना था, we'll do it. So yeah, I think I feel happy,
Yeah.
and I feel that that somewhere down the line it's connected to my work, that they've appreciated, or maybe when they started off, or maybe when they were studying or in college, they would have loved any of my films,
Yeah.
and that's now they are actors, so they want to work with me.
Yeah.
So I take it that way. Yeah.
Amazing. And I loved Ranveer in the film. Like, he was a
Yeah, second half belongs
completely.
to him. Yeah.
But tell me, I also loved his dialogues, be it the Gadar dialogue or he just singing "Dheere Dheere Pyar Ko Badhana Hai" to Ajay. Was that a lot of it on script, or was it also
No,
improvised?
it was always there on the
Yeah.
script. It was there in the script.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, you tell me, because you had Ranveer and Deepika, you could have just catered to their fans, maybe adding a romantic angle, or he just Simba flirting with her. What stopped you from doing that?
See, because there was a parallel story of Ramayan going on.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with Ramayan, you're dealing with
Yeah.
everybody's emotion. That includes my emotion as well. And somewhere you introduce him in the film when the chapter of Hanumanji begins.
Yeah.
So it was very easy for us to cater on Ranveer and Deepika.
True.
But we were restricted, and not only restricted, I would say that was a
Respectful
conscious
to- yeah, of
decision.
course.
That's why if you see there are no songs in the film.
Yes.
So because you don't want to hurt anyone emotionally, and when you're dealing with Ramayan, you have to be very careful.
Yeah. So, Rohit, as you were rightly mentioning, how when you're dealing with something like Ramayan, you have to be sensitive because, of course, people might get offended. And right now, we know the audiences get offended, like, over something very frivolous also. Even on social media, it just goes viral. Tell me, when you approved the script that Ramayan would be part of Singham Again, what was going in your mind and how careful were you about it?
We had to be careful. That was the most important thing for us in this film. While shooting also, while writing the dialogues, while editing, like, no, Ranveer cannot do this,
Yeah.
or Bebo cannot do this. We had to be very careful. As I told you that
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to get hurt more than being offended. And even when the film was releasing, we were scared till Friday evening. And then by Friday evening, we were like, no.
Yeah.
And after Arjun, that was the part which people loved the most.
Absolutely.
So I was happy.
Yeah.
And relieved as well.
But do you think, as a filmmaker, all of this has become really a restriction for you because you may not kind of...
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is there, and you have to be careful. And now that's the way life is. So
Yeah.
you have to deal with
Yeah.
it because at the end of the day, you are in a profession where everything is on a public platform.
Absolutely.
Your success is on public platform. Your failure is in public platform. Your relationship is in public platform. So you have to be extra careful than any other business.
Yeah.
I would say. You know, a hotelier failing or doing good won't be. People won't judge him
Yeah.
or her.
Yeah.
Or somebody working for some corporate office won't be judged the way we are judged.
Yeah.
Life goes on for everyone the same way.
Right.
Everybody has their ups and downs. People from all walks of life, I would say. But we are in a profession,
Yeah.
and we are the fortunate one because we are the privileged one. We do get a lot of privileges also because of that. I will not deny that
Yeah.
as well. But keeping in mind, in today's trend and today's world, especially in the social media world, you have to be very careful.
But does the negativity also affect business?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Once the film is out,
Yeah.
till the film is not released, you can
Yeah.
do whatever you feel like. But once it is out, then it's
Yeah.
once it goes to the audience, then there is no mighty bigger force than the
Right.
audience.
Right.
Then you don't need to worry.
Yeah.
You only need to worry whether they are liking it or not.
Absolutely.
If they are not liking, then that's a
Right.
that's a big worry for you. But if they have started liking the film, then you don't need to
Yeah.
worry that who's saying what.
And Rohit, I personally loved how you incorporated Ramayan in the story, but a few of my friends mentioned that they felt that the action was slowed down because of all of it. Because maybe from your film they expect a lot more action. What do you have to say?
I don't think, because I didn't get that kind of a
Okay.
point of view at all from anyone. As it is, if you see, this is the length of the film is of any of my comedy films. It's, being so many stars in the
Yeah.
film, it's just 2 or 24 minutes. And when I say 2 or 24 minutes, technically, if I explain the audience, the end 4 minutes is the rolling title.
Absolutely.
And beginning, you have 3 minutes and 4 minutes
Right.
of other things happening,
Yeah.
other promos coming in and everything. So technically, the film is less than 220.
Wow.
But in theatre, you don't realize, because you
Right.
start with watching other promos and other ads, and then it goes into your
Right.
all the banner name coming in, and then you start the film.
And also, do you feel like mytho stories have become the flavor of the season? Nitesh is also making Ramayan with Ranveer now.
No, see, that is a full-fledged Ramayan,
Yes.
what they are doing, and I think you cannot compare, because we
Okay.
just had a gist of it,
Yeah.
what we were doing. But that's like a
Right.
big film, and I'm looking forward to both the parts. They have announced 2
Yeah.
parts, and big scale. It's a big scale film, and Ranveer playing Ram,
Yeah.
and Nitish directing it. He's one of my favorite directors.
Oh, wow.
And I'm looking forward for
Yeah.
that film.
Yeah. And coming back to Deepika's character, I mean, a lot of people felt that maybe it was a spin-off from Chennai Express because of the accent that she
Not
had
really.
when the trailer released. Yes.
No. In fact, there is no accent. People were just making it out.
Yes.
If you see there is that Meena Amma, if you see back-to-back Meena Amma and Lady Singham, they're
Right.
totally different.
And when is Lady Singham the
will
full-fledged
take
film? Yeah.
And definitely it will be there, but it will take time,
Yeah.
a little bit of time.
And do you also plan to make a film with Tiger, Satya's
Yeah, see,
character?
all these characters
Yes.
which have come are because they have their own individual stories.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that maybe we'll get into somebody's past, maybe we'll get into somebody's
Right.
Future.
Yeah.
So we are planning that way. And that's why they all are there in the film.
I was low-key actually expecting Siddharth Malhotra to also walk into Singham Again. Maybe the OTT universe, yeah. We have to talk about Salman Khan's presence in the film, Mission Chulbul Singham, that you have announced. How did that happen? Because they are from different worlds.
See, again, like we were making our own characters coming into each other's story, and we created a universe.
Right.
The 2 IPs have never met.
Yeah.
Again, this will be something
Exactly.
new. If
Right.
if it goes well and audience like what we make, it will take time, obviously. But it's not that he's in this universe
Yeah.
or Singham goes in that universe. It's like 2 IPs and 2 universe meeting for one
Yeah.
individual film, and it will take time. It will definitely take a lot of time, because but that will be an individual film.
Right.
It won't be like everybody coming in that one.
Yeah. But Rohit, also people felt that maybe they expected a lot more Salman in this.
See, because
yeah.
what happens, we followed the international format,
Right.
where in the end either you see a photograph or a
Okay,
phone call.
right.
So it was that, and as it is, the story had got over,
Hmm.
and then adding him just because we have Salman, you can't waste him
True.
as well.
Yeah.
It's better that he just gives in a small appearance and goes. Is better than having
Yeah.
a full-fledged sequence where people think, why him? Zarwat nahi tha. That could
Yeah.
have gone wrong, you know.
Yeah. And we recently spoke to Karthik, and he mentioned that he wants Rubaba to also become part of Singham Again, Singham universe. What do you have to say about that?
It's quite funny. That's a wacko thought to think about, but you never know what will
Yeah.
happen tomorrow.
Which other stars are you actually looking to maybe?
No, there are many already.
People are
Look at the
yeah,
poster.
I know. Yeah, but a lot
If
of
I take everyone who will shoot the other films in 3 months, everything will stop in the industry.
right. But a lot of people want Shah Rukh's Azad to also become part of.
That's an individual
Yeah.
IP. So at present, first of all, I am only taking a break
Right.
from the universe for a year or so.
Yes.
And then when we come back, then we'll see. And already there is Shakti, there is already
Absolutely.
Satya, there is already Chulbul Singham. So if I count 2 years also, it's 6 years job for me already in hand. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they just want you to work with Shah Rukh again. Yes, and Golmaal again, Golmaal 5, of course, you've spoken about it.
We
Is
will
that
do
the
it
next?
definitely.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, yes. Lastly, Rohit, I also wanted to talk to you because we are all talking about success. Tell me, as a filmmaker, we all talk about how success is celebrated with everyone, but when a failure happens, you're mostly alone. As a person who's been part of the industry for so long, how do you deal with maybe a film doesn't work? We saw the last two films.
It doesn't make that big a difference.
Okay.
Because it's not my second or third film. Been here, seen all the ups. My first film had not done that well. Sunday had not done that well. The way Chennai Express, the kind of Chennai Express had done business and the kind of love Chennai Express had got, Dilwale had not done that level. So it's just that when the new age social media comes in or youngsters come in, they don't go into the past, and so this is not the first time it has happened with me. But for me, you analyze that what went wrong, and then you move forward.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is, because I only know one job, to make films.
Yeah.
And I plan to make a lot of films. I'm not a person who takes a break for 3-4 years and then think and then come back. Within 2 days, I'll be sitting in my office with my writers and started jamming.
Amazing.
And my AD, Sneha, she's writing one more film. We'll be jamming on that. There's one more film which is an autobiography. I'll be jamming on that. So for us, we'll be churning out a lot of films, and that's what I love, and that's what I know.
Yeah.
And that's the only job I know in this world. So when I'm making so many films, there will be ups and downs.
Yeah.
Maybe in the coming years, again, there will be a failure. And maybe in the coming years, there will be a bigger success than this. This is the part of my job.
Amazing. Superb.